everybody, Rob Saxton here. Thanks for watching the video today. Today I want to talk a little bit about the Northwest Regional ESD Strategic Plan. I know I talk about it once in a while, but if we don't keep it in front of people, we forget about it. I was just laughing because I asked Lauren to make a copy of it for me, and we think it's my most oft asked for copy of things. But it is available online as opposed to just hard copy, and so you should take a look at it. It's a really good document. So, you know, most of the time when organizations make strategic plans, they spend a lot of work putting them together, and then they put them up on a shelf and nobody ever really looks at them again. And we've made a habit of not doing that here at the ESD, especially over the last 4 years. The first year that I came here as superintendent, we put together a 2-year strategic plan. We took input from folks who work here. We thought about it a lot, and quite frankly, I had a lot of input into what that strategic plan looked like, and then made a point for people to understand that we made a plan that we were going to work. Not put on a shelf, but we're going to work the plan once we put it together. And we have worked the plan. And because we did that, we were able to achieve almost everything that we set forth in that strategic plan, which was super exciting. There were some things about equity and diversifying our own workforce that we didn't accomplish, but we've put those things back in our new strategic plan and we're working on it. One of the neat things about when an organization begins to understand that you're actually going to work your strategic plan is the strategic plan becomes even more important because people know that that's going to drive the work. And so last year when we said we're going to put together a new strategic plan, does anybody want to come help us put that together? We had a pretty robust response, which also meant that the input that we got from the committee was fantastic. And I think we put together a plan that was way stronger than if I influenced it to the degree that I influenced the first plan. And I'm really excited about the strategic plan that we have. And I think if we work that plan and accomplish what's written up in it, we will have accomplished things that people don't imagine ESDs could even accomplish. So it's really exciting work. The other part about when you put together a strategic plan that you intend to work is that then you have to budget for it. And so I like to talk about, are you going to plan a budget, which means you're going to plan a bunch of numbers that work and fit within a budgetary constraint, or are you going to budget a plan? And budgeting a plan means you're going to allocate resources to accomplish what you've set forward in a plan. And that's how we intend to budget here at the ESD, and I think that we have ever since our first strategic plan. So great stuff in it, take a look at it. Not only have we begun to budget for this plan and work this plan, but we monitor how our progress looks every 2 weeks within the leadership group here at the ESD. And we're very specific about the process that we use to do that, and it really helps us stay on track and focused and make sure that we make adaptations so that we actually achieve our goals at the end. We call those our stock takes, taking stock of the strategic plan. It's a really great process, and those stock takes are also available online if you want to take a look at them. So I want to talk about a couple things that are in the strategic plan. I can't hit it all, but there really are 4 parts to it. One is student outcomes is our number one goal. Our second goal is to be the premier provider of education services in the region. Our third would be to have equity across our region, and our fourth would be to be a place where staff of all backgrounds thrive. All those are really important to us. And we can't accomplish our first intended outcomes, student outcomes, if we don't accomplish the rest of that. If we're not a place where staff of all backgrounds thrive, we can't get at having student achievement to be a high level, because it's about attracting and keeping and retaining and working with the great staff that we have and having people be happy in the jobs that they have and having them be meaningful. I do want to talk about a couple of things in each one of those goals that give you a sense of things that we're working on. So in student outcomes, graduation rate. I believe that with the work that we have underway in this strategic plan, and especially with our 9th grade on track work, our region, our 20 school districts can have 90% of students in the region graduate from high school in 4 years. No other region in the state has or will accomplish that. I believe that we'll accomplish that within 3 years. That we have a social emotional learning domain goal in the early grades, so in early childhood special education and with our early learning hub, that we would do things there that would actually have kids show up to kindergarten more ready in the social emotional learning realm to be successful as kindergartners. So starting early is really exciting work and something I think that we're going to be able to accomplish. Around being a premier provider of education services, we need more dollars for early intervention, early childhood special education. We've set goals to get that in the upcoming legislative session. We also want to make sure that when we do professional learning, that the people who participate in our professional learning say at a 90% rate, the learning that I had today is so impactful, it's going to make me better at how I work with kids. I think that's super exciting. That we're going to have a 600% return rate on grant investments, and we do, by the way, which is great and makes our districts excited about working on grants with us. Around equity, that we're going to diversify our own staff, that we're going to recruit, retain, and hire really great diverse staff here that match the demographics of the kids we serve, and that all of our staff are going to have high quality professional learning around equity. Lastly, in the area of staff where all backgrounds thrive, we're going to make sure that when folks spend money or think about spending money to advance their education, we're going to reimburse you quickly. We're going to provide wellness activities that are strong and are going to make people healthier and happier at the work that we do. And what I like is that your supervisor should know your long-range goals and support you in achieving them. I think those are all super important. Really excited about the strategic plan. Please take a look at it. Follow along with some of our stock takes, and if you have thoughts about how we can do better at achieving these outcomes, we want to know what they are because we think they're important for us to achieve. Kind of long today, but thanks for listening. Take care.